So the Japan-U.S. Nuclear Civil Cooperative Agreement that allows Japan to reprocess U.S. spent fuel is set to automatically renew in the second week of July. And the U.S. has asked Japan to reduce its plutonium stocks. Please explain how we got here.
It's taken 30 years. In 1988, we struck a nuclear cooperative agreement with Japan, and at the time, the Japanese, who do not have any uranium, said that their energy security required that we allow them to extract plutonium, even though that is the stuff that you make bombs with, from the spent fuel, from the reactors and the fuel we sold them, so that they could use that in an advanced reactor called a fast breeder reactor that does not primarily use uranium, and I should say it doesn't use any enriched uranium, and only requires natural uranium that they already have from other spent fuel that wasn't burned. And they could use this plutonium to irradiate that natural uranium to make more plutonium, and they wouldn't have to ever buy uranium from overseas again, and they would have a secure fuel cycle. And they said, well, we have to do this, and although you normally ask for a case-by-case review, given the proliferation threats, surely you can trust us and give us a one-time approval for the 30-year period. And so we did. Now, the problem arose when they could not complete their own breeder reactor program. In fact, they just terminated a demonstrator at Monju. And so they have all this plutonium that was supposed to quickly go into a breeder, and it's just sitting around. They have 10 tons roughly at home, which is, roughly 2,500 bombs worth, and they have even more overseas in Japan, not in Japan, in Great Britain and in France, like 35 tons or more. And they don't know how to get rid of this. Now, we are now in negotiations with the North Koreans, and we don't want to ask them to give up their program while we're winking and letting all this plutonium pile up in Japan. So we asked them to please reduce their stocks.